1, go. So where are you at today, guys? I thought I would share another video because I can see that the whole community seems to have gone quiet. That always means that people are reflecting, people are taking a good look at themselves, or they're running around like frantic chickens with their head cut off. Which one are you? Whilst one can say with sure certainty that the planetary alignments do affect us, the phase of the moon does affect us, I'm a firm believer in mind over matter. I believe that multiplicity, synchronicity, and all of these other wonderful city words are there for a reason. Before I was spiritual, I never knew these terminologies, retrograde and things like this, and just carried on with my life as normal. But retrogrades do affect us. The full moon does affect us. The new moon does affect us, because we're made up of mostly water. But the one thing that affects us the most is when other people say that they're affected. And you can see this quite clearly through social media very rapidly, with this boom of information about this retrograde and this direct and this is doing this and this is doing this. Can you imagine if you didn't know? If your neighbor never said, I feel like shit today, and you look and say, well, yeah, I feel like shit too. Or your friends on social media saying, I feel like crap. Well, I'm feeling like crap too. It's very easy to spread and to spread this feeling that you are. And when we feel like crap, it's a good time to reflect on where you are and what you're doing. Sharing is wonderful, but it's like transferring. You're transferring that energy, you're transferring that energy out. And you're allowing other people to absorb it, and you're allowing other people to be affected by it. If it's really heavy and really bad, yes, then I do this sometimes. If it's really too much for me, or I see others that are feeling like I do, like particularly with the head and the neck, because this is a good indicator for me. But I know that this indicator is something upstairs is working. And because I do see myself as, let's say, a good example or a barometer for others, I do share it because I think it's important. But one thing I don't do is post, I feel like shit, or I feel like crap, or is anybody else feeling this? I used to, I don't anymore. And that's because this is about reflection. Why do you feel like crap? Why do you feel like this, and why do you feel like that? And when you can reflect and analyze this, you begin to understand where it's coming from, and you have these answers yourself. The energies come from within you, and you're processing them, and you're clearing them, and you're working through them, and you're releasing them yourself. And many of us, let's say, that have been around talking, babbling, rambling for a while, talk about the essential aspects of grounding, being in nature, and surrounding yourself by these beautiful things that appear in nature. And most still just jump in their car and just think that's good enough. But it's not. We are beings that need to ground. We are beings that need to be in touch with earth, the soil, the grass, the trees. We need to be able to go and touch them and feel them. Can't do that in a concrete city, I know, but you can go to a park. You can find a little square meter of grass somewhere, or you can find a tree. And this is what I mean by grounding and being in touch with Mother Nature. These are important. You're not going to find that in a bitumen car park or a concrete jungle, but you can find a small park or place to go and ground yourself. And this helps you come into yourself to dissipate this energy that's inside of you. And as an empath, as a twin, as a light worker, you are an empath, so you will absorb this negativity that's around you. You will absorb other people's energies, and you may not know, you may not have this reason, but you feel like you're bubbling up and you're ready to explode. Believe me, you are going to explode. So the importance of grounding is so important. The importance of spending half an hour in nature, no matter how, in nature, not in a car park, not in an environment that's surrounded by concrete, in an environment that's surrounded by trees or by green or plants. Go to botanical gardens, it's a good place. Go to the zoo, these places. But dedicate some time for yourself to go and ground and be in touch with Mother Nature. And this will help you tremendously. I'm surrounded by nature. I'm not surrounded by concrete. I'm not surrounded by millions of cars or thousands of cars every day driving past. I'm not surrounded by negative energy because the neighbors next door are single family and the neighbor next door is building his house. I've got a garden, I've got birds singing, and I can hear the church bells ringing. I'm in touch with my reality. But I know that probably 90% of you are not. You're in concrete jungles or big housing estates. And this is not healthy for empaths. You will absorb the energies from people around you, from the guys above you, around you, the neighbors, and all. You will absorb all of this energy from this block. So please dedicate some time for yourself going into nature. And going back to the energy, the way that you communicate your energy, your feeling, the way you feel, the way that things are affecting you. It's easy, very, very easy to go and broadcast it over social media. Very easy. It's more difficult to go within yourself and understand where it's coming from, and learning where it's coming from, and trying to deal with it, and trying to build your energies yourself so that you can rise above what you know is happening or what you know is occurring in the planets. Astrologers, forecasters, they create hype over a situation to get you to read, or to get you to buy a service, or to cause some distraction. And if you look at 5 or 6 different astrologers, they all have a different message. They're all separate channels. Where's this information coming from? What's the most important information is within you. It's your information, how you feel, how you act, how you react. And believe me, if you didn't read or watch an astrologer for a month or 6 weeks, you'll figure it out yourself. And astrologers, they say you should be feeling like this, you may feel like this, and if you have it in here, there's more likelihood that you will feel it. If you receive a message from a channel that says this should happen, this should happen, this should happen, this probably will happen, this probably will happen, you have an expectation that is going to happen, and you become disappointed when it doesn't happen. And recently I've heard lots of people telling me that they see this and they see that about me. So I have third parties telling me about me, and I listen, but I let it go. I have to let it go, because otherwise it will affect me, and it will affect what I'm doing and the path that I'm on, and it causes a distraction. So we are filters. We're allowing information to flow through us. What we retain is how we will be, and how we will act, and how we will react. So if you know it's retrograde, you know it's retrograde. I know this retrograde, my electronics played up. But there are also other aspects to that too. The increased energy in my home from my daughters being here. My youngest daughter wasn't here last time. So we're all feeling the energy shifts. And we're all seeing it affect our electronics. But there are ways that we can rise above these energy shifts and simply ride the wave instead of being brought down. Because Arthur and Martha and Joanna and Juanita and Juan are all saying, it's the retrograde, it's the retrograde, it's the retrograde. So what? It's the fucking retrograde. Move on, get over it. It's the retrograde. Don't allow that so-called stigma that's attached to this event drag you down. Rise above it, shine your light, be as bright as you are, ascend beyond what you're being told is how it should be, and discover yourself how it can be, because how it can be is you creating your own microcosmos within your own home, within your own environment. Believe me, it works. Mind over matter does work in a lot of cases. And if every quarter or every time there's a full moon you're affected, try switching off the full moon alerts. Try switching off or not reading about how the energies are for the full moon. We know that they exist. We know that they're created. And we know that we are affected. But we are able to control how we are affected by using mind over matter. Too much information is dangerous. This has been a motto of mine for all my life. If you give somebody too much information, it's very, very dangerous. It will either come back in your face and go, or the person will become totally disorientated, dysfunctional, or unable to really decipher the difference between what he is in control of and what other people are in control of. So you can decipher your own truth. You can decipher what is yours and what is others, and what belongs to others. And you can claim it back for yourself. Convert others' energy into your energy. If you need to explode, explode. Express yourself. Let it out. It needs to come out physically. So, if you don't want to shout and scream, which is always good, go for a run. Get this physical action going. Go rowing, go sailing, go swimming. Get your body moving in a way that you exert that energy. And if you were able to, taekwondo, boxing, judo, tennis, squash, when you're hitting the ball, hey, motherfucker, that's for you. And you're releasing instead of retaining. I hope, no, I'm pretty sure that that's quite clear. There are ways to release energy without blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. So think about it. What's not yours, release it. What's the full moon is the full moon, but don't absorb other people's. It's the full moon, so I'm gonna go. These things you can overcome very simply and by yourself. There you go. That's my rambling for today. I felt like it. I wore my desigual. Desigual is all about love. Desigual is a very popular Spanish designer, fashion. Yes, Desigual is a very small company, but now it's a big company. But it's all about love and sharing love. And this, I bought it like 5 years ago. I haven't bought new clothes in about four years, I think. 4 years. Because I don't need them. Try telling that to teenage kids. It's very, very difficult. But anyway, life goes on. Life is full of wonderful, pleasant surprises. Don't miss them by worrying about what else is going on around you. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy every aspect of who you are and those that are close to you. Sift out and weed out the people that drain you, that are a bad influence on you, that are a negative influence on you, that have an impact on your life in not such a nice way. And just fill it with those that you love. And things will get better. Take it easy. Adios. Hasta pronto. Do widzenia. Do swidania. We'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye, people.